Imagine this for a moment. It's late at night. The house is quiet. You've finished dinner hours ago, but your blood sugar is doing something you can't feel. Yet it's either slowly creeping up or crashing down, setting you up for poor sleep, early morning fatigue, and stubborn sugar spikes the next day. Most people think the solution is to stop eating at night completely. But what if I told you that the right nighttime food can actually help lower blood sugar instead of raising it? And even more surprising, some of the most powerful foods for this aren't expensive supplements or medicines. They're simple dry nuts you may already have at home. This isn't about eating more, it's about eating smarter, especially for people dealing with diabetes or insulin resistance. Here's something most people don't realize. During sleep, your body doesn't switch off. In fact, your liver continues releasing glucose into the bloodstream to keep your brain alive. If that process isn't balanced, morning blood sugar shoots up a problem known as the dawn effect. That's why many diabetics wake up with high readings even if they didn't eat sugar the night before. What controls this process isn't just insulin. It's also magnesium levels, fat digestion, gut hormones, and how stable your blood sugar stays through the night. And this is where the right dry nuts come in. Not all nuts are good for diabetics. Some raise blood sugar quietly, others spike calories without helping insulin sensitivity. But a few specific nuts work with your body at night, slowing digestion, feeding gut bacteria, calming inflammation, and gently improving glucose control while you sleep. Let's start with the first one, almonds. Almonds aren't just a snack, they're one of the most researched nuts when it comes to blood sugar control. Almonds are extremely low on the glycemic index, meaning they don't spike blood glucose. But more importantly, they're rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a direct role in insulin sensitivity. Many people with type 2 diabetes are unknowingly magnesium deficient. When magnesium is low, insulin doesn't work properly. Sugar stays in the blood instead of entering cells. Almonds help fix this problem quietly without forcing insulin higher. Eating a small portion of almonds at night slows stomach emptying. This keeps blood sugar stable through the night and reduces early morning glucose spikes. Studies have shown that people who regularly eat almonds have better fasting blood sugar and improved HbA1c levels over time. But here's the key portion matters. We're not talking about a bowl full, just a small handful, about 5 to 7 almonds, eaten slowly, chewed properly. This signals fullness hormones and prevents later night sugar cravings. Now, here's something interesting. Almonds also help with sleep quality. They contain tryptophan and healthy fats that support melatonin production. Better sleep alone improves insulin sensitivity the next day. So almonds don't just work on blood sugar directly. They improve the environment your metabolism operates in. Now, let's move to the second nut, and this one is often misunderstood. Walnuts. Many diabetics avoid walnuts because they're high in fat, but that's exactly why they're powerful at night. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation, one of the hidden drivers of insulin resistance. When inflammation is high, insulin receptors become numb. Sugar can't enter cells properly. Walnuts help calm this inflammation while you sleep, allowing insulin to work more efficiently. Walnuts also feed your gut bacteria. Your gut plays a massive role in blood sugar control. Its healthy gut bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that improve glucose metabolism and reduce insulin resistance. Eating walnuts at night gently supports this gut-blood sugar connection. Another overlooked benefit is liver health. During sleep, your liver regulates glucose release. Walnuts support liver function and reduce fat buildup in liver cells, which directly impacts fasting blood sugar levels. Again, quantity is critical. 2 to 3 walnut halves are enough. More is not better. The goal is stability, not excess calories. Now, before moving to the third nut, there's an important rule you need to understand. Timing matters more than people think. Eating these nuts right before bed, not hours earlier, not after midnight, but about 30 to 60 minutes before sleep works best. This timing supports overnight glucose stability without interfering with digestion. Also, nuts should never be eaten with sugar, honey, dried fruit, or sweetened milk at night. That cancels the benefit. So far, we've covered almonds and walnuts. One works mainly through magnesium and insulin sensitivity. The other through inflammation and gut-liver support. But the third nut works in a completely different way, and it's often overlooked, even by health-conscious people. Now, let's talk about the third dry nut, the one most people completely underestimate. Yet it has one of the strongest effects on nighttime blood sugar control. Pistachios. Pistachios are unique among nuts because they directly influence how your body handles glucose after eating. Multiple studies have shown that pistachios improve insulin response and reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes, even in people with type 2 diabetes and prediabetes. What makes pistachios special is their combination of fiber, protein, and healthy fats in very precise ratios. This slows the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. At night, this matters even more because your body is trying to stay stable while insulin levels naturally drop during sleep. Pistachios also contain antioxidants like lutein and polyphenols, which reduce oxidative stress. Oxidative stress damages insulin receptors over time. When those receptors don't work properly, sugar stays stuck in the blood. Pistachios help protect those receptors while your body repairs itself overnight. There's another powerful benefit most people don't know. Pistachios support circadian rhythm balance. Your metabolism follows a clock. When that clock is disrupted by stress, poor sleep, or late-night blood sugar spikes, glucose control suffers the next day. Pistachios gently support this rhythm without overstimulating digestion. Now, here's the critical rule with pistachios. They must be unsalted and unsweetened. Salted pistachios increase thirst, raise blood pressure, and can disturb sleep. Sweetened or flavored ones spike blood sugar immediately. The right portion is about 10 to 12 pistachios. Eat them slowly. Chew well. This activates satiety hormones like GLP-1, which improves insulin sensitivity not just overnight, but into the next morning. At this point, you might be thinking, if nuts are so good, why do some diabetics see their sugar go up after eating them? The answer is simple: combination and timing mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes is eating nuts after a heavy high-carb dinner. If your blood sugar is already elevated, adding fats too late can slow glucose clearance. That's why these nuts work best when dinner is light, balanced, and eaten at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Another mistake is overeating. Nuts are powerful, but calorie-dense. Too many can increase fat storage and insulin resistance over time. More is not better. Precision is what matters. But there's also the mistake of eating nuts mindlessly while watching TV, scrolling on the phone, or late into the night. Stress hormones rise when you eat distracted. Cortisol raises blood sugar. Calm eating is part of blood sugar control. Here's something fascinating. People who include the right nuts at night often report fewer sugar cravings the next morning. That's because stable nighttime glucose reduces dopamine-driven hunger the following day. And this leads to a powerful ripple effect: better fasting glucose, improved HbA1c over time, better sleep quality, and more energy during the day. But nuts alone are not the full solution. There's a simple way to combine these nuts safely without raising blood sugar, and there's one group of people who should adjust portions differently, alright? Continuing exactly from where the story deepens. As night settles in, something important happens inside the body that most people never think about. Your muscles relax, your brain shifts into repair mode, and your liver quietly decides how much sugar to release into the bloodstream while you sleep. This is where most blood sugar problems actually begin, not during the day, but in the quiet hours of the night. If your evening snack spikes insulin or causes inflammation, the liver responds by dumping extra glucose into the blood around 3 to 5 a.m. That's why many people wake up with unexpectedly high fasting sugar, even when they did everything right the day before. This is where the third nut quietly earns its place: pistachios. Pistachios are unique because they are one of the very few foods shown to improve nighttime glucose stability. They contain a rare balance of protein, healthy fats, and fiber, along with vitamin B6, potassium, and antioxidants that support the nervous system and circadian rhythm. But when eaten in a small portion at night, about a small handful, not more, pistachios help calm the stress response that raises cortisol during sleep. Lower cortisol at night means less glucose released by the liver. Less glucose release means lower morning blood sugar. What makes pistachios especially powerful is their effect on insulin sensitivity the next morning. Studies show that people who regularly include pistachios have better post-meal glucose control the following day. In simple words, your body becomes better at handling sugar because it feels safe, nourished, and balanced. Now, here's something critical most people get wrong. It's not just what you eat, it's how and when you eat it. These nuts should never be eaten roasted in vegetable oils, coated in sugar, honey, or jaggery, or loaded with salt. That completely destroys their benefit. Raw or dry roasted only, and always eat them slowly, calmly, ideally 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Chewing matters more than people think. Slow chewing sends signals to the brain that food is safe, which lowers stress hormones. Lower stress hormones mean better blood sugar control while you sleep. Also, portion size is everything. Almonds, 6 to 8 walnuts, 2 to 3 halves pistachios, 10 to 12 more is not better. More turns a stabilizing snack into a glucose problem. And if you're thinking, but I was told never to eat at night, understand this: the goal is not an empty stomach. The goal is a stable body. For many diabetics, going to bed hungry actually raises cortisol, which raises blood sugar. A small, intelligent snack can do the opposite. This is not a trick. It's physiology. Your body doesn't want perfection. It wants predictability, safety, and nourishment. When you give it that, even in small ways, it begins to cooperate instead of resist. And that's how healing really starts, quietly, overnight, while you sleep. As we come to the end, I want you to remember one simple truth that changes everything about diabetes management. Your body is not broken. It's responding exactly the way it was designed to respond. High blood sugar at night is not a failure of willpower. It's often a signal that your body feels stressed, undernourished, or unsafe during sleep. When that happens, hormones like cortisol step in and sugar rises as a survival response. What we talked about today isn't a miracle cure. It's something much more powerful. It's alignment. By choosing the right dry nuts at night, almonds for steady release of glucose, walnuts to calm inflammation and support insulin sensitivity, and pistachios to stabilize nighttime hormones, you're working with your biology instead of fighting it. Small choices made consistently can create deep changes over time. A calm night leads to a better morning. A better morning leads to better control during the day, and better control, repeated daily, leads to long-term health. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need fear. You don't need to starve yourself. You need understanding. So tonight, instead of worrying about what to avoid, focus on what supports your body. Eat slowly, eat intentionally, and let your body do what it has always known how to do: heal, balance, and protect you while you rest. If this helped you see diabetes in a new way, stay curious, stay consistent, and most importantly, stay kind to yourself.